Okay, so our next topic is in chapter section 2, 10.2, and we're going to look at central tendency. So the first topic we're going to discuss is what we call the mean. And the mean is just a calculation of the average, essentially. Sometimes it's represented by this Greek symbol mu, and really it's the average value of a data set. So the way we calculate this mean is we sum up the values of all the data points, and then we divide that by the total number of data points. So for example, if I was going to calculate the mean of our 2 dice experiment, I rolled 2 dice, I sum the values on the top of the dice. Well, I would have to figure out, I'd have to sum all these values. So I would have, I rolled a 2, and I rolled it 1 time. So then I rolled a 3, but I rolled that 3 times. So 3 times 3 is 9. So that's a total of 10 so far. And then I rolled a 4 5 times. I rolled a 5 2 times. And then I just went and completed the rest of these in the numerator. And then I divide this by a total number of times we rolled the dice, which is 50. So then I get 362, I think, here over 50, which equals 7.24. So the average roll I make is then 7.24, or the mean. So for the mean again, in summary, you sum all the value of all the data, and you divide by the total number of data points. Okay, so that's one way of describing central tendency. Second way we're going to use is something we call the median. Okay, the median is just simply the center point. So here I've drawn all the numbers I rolled, and I put them in order from lowest to highest. So that's the first thing you want to do, is order your numbers from lowest to highest. And now I just simply count to the center. I know that there's 50 total. I know there was 50 total. I could say that's equal to n, maybe, the number of them. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So that's 25. And just to check that, make sure that I have all the, and I could stop right there, but just to check to make sure I have all my data points here, I'm going to count from this side too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, it looks like I missed a couple numbers. I missed a 3 over here on this side, and then I missed a additional 7 here. So now I'm ready to count again. This is why you check like this, in case you made a mistake like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we have 25 here. So the middle number is actually between these two because we have an even number. It's between these two. So I take the average of these two numbers. Well, they're both 7, so the average is going to be the same, but I'll just show you how to take the average of two numbers. The average of two numbers is 7 plus 7 divided by 2 equals 14 over 2 equals 7. So this is our median, or the middle point, the value of the middle point. Okay? So then our third way to measure is called the mode. And the mode is the value or values, if two are the same, that occurs the most. Well, let's look at our frequency. Looks like 6s occurred the most. They occurred 9 times. So 6s occurred the most. 9 times. So 6 equals our mode. All right, those are the 3 different ways. So there's different times you want to use these different central tendency values. Most of the time you're going to want to use the mean to figure out what the center is of a set of data. Like perhaps you're taking temperatures, average temperatures over the course of the month, and you want to find out what your mean average monthly temperature is. Well, you're going to have, say, 30 days in your month, so you're going to have 30 readings. So you might have numbers like 50 degrees or 51 degrees or 52 degrees. You would have to add all those up for 30 times and then divide by 30. That would give you the mean. So that's a good way of figuring out what your average temperature is for your month, your mean temperature. The median is good when you're trying to gauge things where there's large values on the outliers or the outside edges. So say we had a test. Say we had a test so you have exam grades, and one person got 100, 3 people got 95, 2 people got a 90, and 1 person got a 0. Well, if I find the mean there, so the mean there is something like 80. But if I was going to tell somebody how people did on my test in class, if I told them the average grade was 80, they're going to think, wow, that's like pretty much a C or a very low B or a high C. They're going to think, wow, that class didn't do that well. But if you look here, you'll see the class performed really well. It's just we have one outlier, one person that got a 0 that pulls the average down. But on the other hand, if I asked you what the median was for this, then you would see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total number of things. So if I go 3 this way and 3 this way, we see that the median was a 95. So that was the middle score, was a 95. And that's a better way to represent probably that information. So that's why we have different ways of expressing central tendency. And then for my last comment, suppose you were a shoe salesman and you need to order shoes. Well, do you want to use the average or the median to determine which shoes to order? Well, often you don't. You use the mode. You use the ones you sell the most of. For example, you could, let's say, so suppose you're a shoe salesman and you sell shoes of sizes between 5 and 10. You sell one size 5 shoe, 25 size 6, 25 size 7, 20 size 8, 50 size 9, 2 size 10. The size you want to get the most of, if you took an average here, you're going to have something close to this value. If you took the median, it's also going to be kind of close to that value. But you're selling the most of the shoes you sell are a size 9, so you would probably want to go with the mode here. And the mode equals 9, the largest value you sell. So that's why we have different ways of expressing central tendency. And that's all I'm going to talk about here.